Hey everybody, Lucas Haneman here. Welcome to this week's episode of Guitar Tone Tuesday. When Leo Fender first created the Telecaster, he was trying to create a guitar that was very sturdy, very reliable, and most importantly, did not cost a fortune. These days, Telecasters can creep up there in price. You know, they can be very, very expensive guitars, but they don't have to be. And I wanted to talk to you guys today about two options for inexpensive Telecaster-style guitars that sound great, feel great, don't cost a fortune, and most importantly, don't suck. We're going to look at a very common one and a not so common one. So let's look at the very common one and the cheapest option too. This is a Squire Bullet Telecaster here. Now these guitars in Canada go for about $230 on the new guitar market, which is very inexpensive. So used, you can find one of these for around $150. It's pretty amazing, if not less actually, if you're lucky. These guitars are really, really nice. This particular one has a maple neck, an agathis body, sometimes referred to as a poplar body. We're not sure exactly what it is, but it sounds good. On top of the maple neck, we do have an Indian Laurel fretboard. And we have two of these fairly cheap pickups, but they sound okay. We're going to hear them in a second. Guitar number two is my Mongrel guitar here, otherwise known as a G&L ASAT Tribute guitar. These tribute guitars are made in Indonesia, much like the Squire Bullet, also made in Indonesia. Now, this particular guitar used to have a basswood body, but it was very heavy, so I changed it out. And it has a maple neck with a maple fingerboard. This guitar used to have fairly inexpensive tuners. I changed those out to these really, really nice Godot tuners here. And it still has the original pickups, though, which are G&L MFD pickups. More on those in a second. So I'm going to create a loop on the Squire Bullet to start. We're going to hear this guitar, and then we're going to hear the G&L. We're going to talk a bit about how they differ in terms of their sound quality, but also price as well. The G&L guitars are somewhere around $600 on the used market, so it's a lot more. But in my opinion, the pickups alone are kind of worth that price difference. But let's hear this one first, okay? Here we go. Switching to the G&L. Alright, this is a little taste of each of these guitars. Now, while I've got this G&L Mongrel in my hands, I want to talk about this guitar a bit. Now, as I say, this guitar started life as a G&L ASAT Tribute guitar. Now, it's not uncommon to kind of chop these guitars up, when they're at this price point, and kind of do your own thing with them, especially if it's like a Tele or a Strat style guitar. It's like extremely common to mod those guitars. Now with this one, admittedly, I did go a little crazy. But you know, it's really in a good place now. I'd say all in, when I bought this guitar in 2006, it was like $500. With the new body, that was $60. I got that used off a guy from Montreal. And then, unfortunately, with the amount of time it took to put the neck into the new body, that was an interesting experience. I thought that this neck fit on any Telecaster body, but be warned, guys, if you are trying to put a G&L neck onto a Fender body or a Fender style body, you will have to route out some extra wood here. So I learned that the hard way, and it cost me a bit of extra money. But I'd still say, even with all of that, I've got maybe about $800 into this guitar, and it plays really, really, really good. This body is made from Paulownia. So you could probably more easily with a Squire guitar mod it and put like a Paulownia body on it, that kind of thing. But anyways, let's talk about these pickups, because these pickups are amazing. What G&L does is they take their American MFD pickups and they put them in these tribute guitars. So you're going to hear, I'm just going to go into a clean sound here. Listen to the clarity on this neck pickup. Got very dead strings, by the way, but even with those dead strings, you kind of hear that clarity. Really does good for the jazz thing. Both pickups together, you get a hum canceling position. And then the bridge pickup is really, really nice because it's not too brittle. But great sustain, great resonance. As I say, I kind of went crazy with this guitar, but it's in a place where I'm never going to get rid of it now. I just love it for the traditional kind of Tele thing. Let's go back to that Squire Bullet for 1 second here before we call it a day, guys. The Squire Bullet, you know, it's a cheaper guitar, substantially. As I say, you can find one of these on the used market for next to nothing, relatively speaking. But, you know, the difference really is the quality of the electronics and the tuners on this kind of guitar. Here's the neck pickup. It's like overly bassy, and in my opinion doesn't have quite enough treble content, but again, you get what you pay for, right? Let's go to both pickups together. And let's go to that bridge pickup. So I don't know how that translates onto the camera, but in my opinion, it's a little brittle, whereas the neck pickup is a little dull, you know. So I would change these pickups out, you know. But you can buy aftermarket pickups and still get this guitar for significantly less than the G&L. So please let me know in the comment section below. Despite my ramblings here, I was just wanting to let you guys know what I thought about each guitar. Let me know, which one did you guys like more, though? Did you guys like this beautiful Squier Bullet Telecaster, which again, I can't believe the price of these instruments for what you get? Or did you guys prefer my mutt here, my hound dog over here, this G&L mixed up parts caster guitar, which again, still only cost me about $800, which I still think is a fairly good price for a Telecaster guitar, you know, not too expensive. That's about it for this week. Please do like, share, subscribe, ring the bell, let me know what you thought, and we will see you guys and girls again next Tuesday.